Hey everyone, hello, welcome. We are Tuesday night, which means we're playing Gotham City Chronicles. I am Simon, at Wandering DM, I use he, him pronouns, and I am the game master for this game. I have with me two wonderful players. I'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll recap what happened last time, and then we'll dive right into our game. So let's start with Lynn. Hi. Hello.
Hey everyone, I'm Lynn, she, they, and tonight I am playing Lexi Lee, she, her, former gang member and current underground fighter. And we have who last session Grand Theft Auto and kidnapping and assault, but it was against a drug dealer, so it's it's Batman stuff.
Yeah, your rep sheet is just growing. Yeah. And we also have Yutai. Hi.
Hi, I'm Yutai. He, him. I'll be playing Nick Winters, also he, him. A decent thief. Seemingly better at getting the heck out than actually breaking in, but we're working on it. We're learning on the go.
Speaking of thieving and a lot of other crimes, last week, basically during episode 2, you scouted and then went to the carnival that arrived in town, the Bloodhaven fair, looking for this trailer that belongs to Willie Monahan, because again, you were hired by your fans, Freddy, to sort of enact revenge on Monahan for something he did years ago. But through it all, as you're planning everything, you met this plainclothes officer who was just a little, I don't know, douchey. Officer Cox, who also happened to be at the carnival, and he appears to be asking for money from Monahan, and doing other shady things. At the same time, y'all have learned that Nevin Longren, a small-time crook that works for Tommy Vigo, the owner of the park, which is the underground club that Lexi you fight at, and that often enough Freddy can be found in. Nevin is the one actually that gave BZK to Jasmine. And he did that by like doing a deal like in front of the gym that Lexi works at, just never in the times that you are actually at work. And it just so happens that Nevin was also at the fair. And Lexi, you knocked him out with a single punch, hoisted him in his car, stole the car. And then the two of you made your way to an abandoned building. Nick, you have absconded with thousands of dollars, a gold watch, and probably a feeling of a job well done, but also left your radio, your walkie-talkie there to sort of overhear the conversation between Cox and Monahan. And that's where we left off for tonight. Arlo, the information that Arlo got last time about the missing chemist, she is going to go double check and confirm things with Dean, as he's the one that sort of overheard and refused the job in the first place. And so while this is happening, we're going to focus back on the two of you in that famous abandoned building on the edge of Amusement Mile. It's a dusty, dirty, like I was gonna say 3-room apartment. Yeah, I think in the States it's like by bedroom, so it's like a 1-bedroom apartment. Most of the drywall has been punched through, removed, or graffitied over time. There are smells coming out of some of the exposed piping in the building, and odd discolored patches in the paint of some of the walls and the ceiling. When you open the door, Nevin, carrying an unconscious Nevin, a swarm of cockroaches just scurries away. It is dark. There's no electricity here, so save for like flashlights or whatever you have, it's basically pitch black. And just for good measure, there is like one chair that you can sit him on if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lexi, here's your grab, I guess. What do you want to do with it?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, before he wakes up, how do we want to do this?
Well, what do we want? I guess is the first question, right? What's our target here? Information? Want him to do something for us? I mean, if he's on the street, he's probably lower level, right? He's
Lower level, but any information about what's going on with the cop?
Cop, whatever these are, holds up one of the they were like allergy medication kind of.
Yeah, the
inhalers.
Inhalers, the 3 inhalers you got. Yeah.
I mean, usually dealers know their supply. They don't usually partake, but they at least know what they're given.
Mm-hmm.
Or where they can get more. But yeah, is his hand, are his hands still bound?
Well, unless Lexi,
Yeah.
you freed him, he's still bound.
No,
Yeah.
no, he's bound. Yeah.
Okay. I guess stick him up on the chair, wake him up, and get some answers. Hopefully.
Should we cover our faces, cover his face?
Oh, that's right. You said he didn't see you coming at him, right?
No.
Guess that's helpful too.
I had my she's wearing like one of those like windbreakers with like the hood, and she's like, I had the hood up. It's dark.
Okay.
And if he saw someone, or he thought he saw someone following him, sure as hell didn't act like it.
Well, good thing Arlo left those ski masks in the back of the car. I'm kidding. Is
Yeah, I
there
was
any
going to
rhyme
say
with the
ski masks weren't anything that you could wear as a mask.
Yeah.
I
Perhaps
mean,
some
we could
sort of
just cover
cape or
him,
cowl.
or we just like type like.
Oh yeah, actually, why do we need a hide? We can just blind. Like, do we
Just
have duct
cover
tape
him
we can
with,
just
like-
wrap around
like-
his face? His
Or
eyes?
like
Yeah, that is-
wrap a jacket around him or something like that. Whatever we want.
Yeah, there we
Like,
go.
doesn't-
I'm
doesn't have to be
overcomplicating
comfortable
things.
for him.
Yeah. I was going to say his inhalers were like in a bag. You could always like in a paper bag. You could always just tape the
That
paper
paper-
bag over his.
Nah, I don't trust a
his
paper bag.
eyes.
I'm gonna take a jacket and just like kind of like tie it.
Okay.
Over his face.
Yeah, jacket
Yeah,
and
jacket.
paper
Yeah,
bag. Double
I
layer.
don't trust that paper bag. But thinking like this is in character. Like, what do you think is gonna make it easier for him to break? Like, do we?
Phew.
Because I mean, if we're like, do we want to be competition? Because if we just say we're doing it, like doing what we're doing, he's not gonna be afraid of us.
Well, either give him what he wants or attack him through his fear, right?
I mean, he's pretty screwed either way.
Yeah, I don't know how loyal this guy is either, so
Hopefully not.
we don't have to tell him anything. We just tell him what
Oh,
we want to
absolutely.
know.
We're not telling him anything. He's
Yeah,
it's
so
mostly-
he doesn't need to know why we want to know it.
yeah.
In fact, he might be better off that way. Plausible deniability. I don't know. Maybe we can just like. I read this in a comic book. Just like hole him by his ankles on the rooftop. Say we'll drop him if he doesn't tell us what we want to know.
What a strange inspiration.
Nose starts bleeding.
I guess if things don't go as well, we can do that. It's a little hard to like. It's gonna make a lot of noise.
Yeah, one of you has to have like a hoarse voice.
Well, no, it's like yes, and you have to put a lot of trust into that rope, into whatever you're holding him with.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, if you want to take lead on this, Lexi, I'm more than happy just to chime up a question here or there.
All right.
After all, if someone needs to smack the guy, you're probably the one to do it too.
And we'll just
You'll wait until he
yeah, we'll just like discuss him until like he's kind of like just kind of like
it'll take about another like half hour unless you shake him awake or anything like that. So you have plenty enough time to sort of think about what you're going to ask. He comes to just moaning, hey, what's going on?
and she'll
Hello?
kind of, and Lexi will kind of like kind of wrap the side of his head a little bit like oh, you're up.
Hey, who are you?
Doesn't matter.
Where am I? What's going on?
Doesn't matter.
Look, I don't know who you.
We get to ask questions here. Mr. And she'll make like obvious like she'll make the noise of like swishing like credit cards against credit cards sort of sound with his ID. Mr. 11 Longren. And she'll do the thing of like tossing she'll hold his license but toss his wallet at him.
Yeah, are you a cop?
Oh, I certainly hope for your sake, Emma.
whatever it is that you think I've done, I've done nothing. And is it-
I know what you've done. And she'll shake the inhaler. These.
hey, look, come on. I'm just. If you want to rob my stash, like, go ahead. Just don't hurt me, all right?
If we would have robbed you, you would have been gone.
Then what do you want? I'm not the guy making those things.
Why
I
don't you
sell them, right?
Yeah, why
For my
don't you
boss.
tell us? Yeah, tell us that the whole way things work.
Uh,
How this
look,
is. What you
I
were doing
don't.
at the circus.
I I I don't know anything. I just look. I was here for a deal.
You know something, and honestly, I don't have a lot of time. I'm starting to get a little bored of what you're saying. So why don't you just cut to the point? We know what you did.
Okay.
Spill it.
Look. My boss. He wants me to sell this thing, right? I normally I just do stuff like pot or whatever, but this I, I don't know. I heard things about what this like BCK does. It's just people pay good money for it, I guess. Tommy was very interested in me selling it. I was just there tonight. I was trying to, I don't know, strike a deal with someone or sell some at the fair. Look, I swear I'm not some big shot criminal. I don't know anything. I just sell. I just sell for my boss. That's all I do. And
How often do you do these handoffs?
uh
And where do you deal?
a little bit everywhere. There's this um he wants my boss. He wants people to. He, he's got this fighting ring. Anyway, he wants to see what happens when his folks do it. So he wanted me to sell to like people who could make for good fighters. Look, he just pointed me to a couple places, right? He said the East End gym, because I could probably lure some people out with it, because it's apparently it makes you like strong or something. Then I don't know. I sell out of my place sometimes, and um, oh, the football field by the school. Shit, what was it again? It's the one that's in the school in Gotham Heights.
I make a motion to Lexi that I'm going to go down the stairs quietly, and then I'm going to make a loud ruckus coming up the stairs.
What's going on? What's going on? Who's?
Shh. No, 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 no. Doesn't matter. Like because right now you have very little control. So what happens outside of the two of us, doesn't really matter.
Nick, channeling all his community theater and high school theater
Huh?
experience, tries to lower his voice a bit, and he tries to channel the most asshole cop he knows, of which there are many. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's all calm down here.
Hey, friend and I were just having a talk.
It's all right. Talking's good. It's all right there. Name's Officer Richards. You can call me Dick.
Oh, wait. You can put
Look,
that piece.
this-
You can put that piece down. It's okay.
Wait. Look,
I got nothing.
the girl, she kidnapped me. She bound me to this chair, sir. I'm just a victim here.
I'm well aware of what's happening here.
Oh shit.
Look, I'm just here to tie up a few loose ends, is all. Miss, if you want to go downstairs, don't worry, I'm off duty. Audible wink.
Can
You mean I can go?
Sure. I mean, unless you want to be part of what the mess that's going to happen up here.
Can both
really-
of you?
I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to get up and think I'm going to. Before I leave, I'm going to kind of tap. Like hard tap. It's like, good luck.
Shit. Can both of you give me a willpower roll?
Willpower.
The highest of which will be basically his check to see if he shits himself.
Oh,
Sure.
Make him shit his pants roll.
Oh boy, willpower. Okay.
And remember, I'll just remind people watching and also both of you and myself. We have exploit points that come back every session that you can spend to increase the roll by 10. You can also, if you have an edge in a stat, you roll 2d20s instead. And if you are doing something that would fit one of your ethics, you can also use your ethic rating as a bonus to it. Like right now, I feel like anarchy
criminal.
or crime.
Can you use
would
crime?
work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that 12 would be a 13.
13.
Unless
Okay,
you
for
roll
Nick.
really high, Lynn, then I might want to use one of my points.
13.
Also
as well.
a 13.
I think I'll use one of my points.
All right. So you're boosting it up to 23.
That is correct.
Cool. And I am going to.
Oh, my apologies. I was, for some reason, on Arlo's sheet. That should actually be a 22 then, I believe.
Shit. Nice.
Not sure how that happened.
Wait, a 22?
22,
Yeah,
yes.
okay,
I
he's
get a
gonna-
+2 to willpower.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get it. Because you had a +3 on there. Yeah, no problem. And so he has to. Okay. It's not gonna be a whole lot. Does he have any? No, he doesn't have any edges.
This poor bastard.
Okay, that's a crit.
Yes.
That's a crit on your end, which means in this case, because we're not in combat, you get an extra advantage. In this case, what I will say is I'll leave you sort of like control over the scene.
Cool.
But since it's a crit, like anything you want to know, he's going to talk. Also, he pees himself.
Oh, it's alright. I don't live here. What was this guy's name again? It is escaping me for some reason.
Nevin.
Nevin? Nevin, that's your name, right?
Yeah.
Got any family, Nevin? Anyone who'd miss you?
My grandma. My grandma's at the Sunnyside retirement home.
I'm gonna wrap my slingshot against a piece of metal. Because it's a crit. I'm gonna make it sound like I'm ratcheting a gun.
We have no gun.
Got anything you want me to tell her?
Whoa. Hey,
Listen, Nevin. I have some working relationships with some folks who would rather see loose ends tied up real clean. So, unless you have any friends and partners that I should know about, I think you're just, unfortunately, one more piece of trash that needs to be cleaned up in the city.
Oh, okay. Wait. My boss, Tommy. Tommy Vigo. He's the owner of a club. It's like an underground thing. It's called the Park. He gives you like the address,
I think
both of you know.
Yeah, like I think if you see Lexi kind of like hanging out, she like rolls her eyes. It's like,
But look, I saw I saw him talk with a guy once, talking about the I don't know. I think he's a cop too. Look, I don't want any trouble with the PD, the GCPD. It's just
You better remember real fast.
look. He was I saw him from afar, but he's this tall guy, the black hair, like a buzz cut, 6 feet maybe tall. What else? He had a gun. He had a gun, and you're not supposed
to. He has a gun.
Yeah. Basically, as he describes this very vague individual, but will mention that, you're not supposed to show your weapons at the park. It's
Probably.
not. It's like not only a faux pas, but it's like a way to get into trouble. So this person was probably just coming and going.
Okay.
But when he went into the office of Tommy after, and Tommy handed him his his bag, or I should say his like next sort of batch of BZK to sell. He said that the bag smelled of formaldehyde, like the stuff that you put dead people in, right?
It's a good thing you're familiar with dead people. Let's make this next part easier.
He whimpers.
God. All right. Nevin, was it? You know what? I don't give a shit. What can you give me to make it worth my while to let you go? I'm going to assume you may have a cousin of a friend who might miss you if I do my job tonight.
Okay.
So I'm just going to need you to balance the scales a little bit.
I got stuff at my place. What do you want? I don't know what you want.
My arm's getting real tired.
Look, I don't know, man. I
look over at Lexi, kind of signaling like, do you think we have everything we're going to get from this guy?
and she'll kind of like nod.
Okay. I'm going to move quietly closer, and then I'm going to take like a stone from the slingshot, and I'm just going to make a loud crack on the chair right next to his head to kind of... I don't know how much narrative control I have, but I'm hoping just to like make him pass out conveniently.
Pass. I mean, you got a success. You got a crit, so you do have like, if you want that to be the like your critical thing, yeah.
Yeah, just easily put him to sleep without hurting him.
He passed out from fear.
Ah, perfect. God. How was that? I channeled my inner officer asshole or whatever his name is. Cox? Yeah, Cox.
Pretty good.
Okay. There's stuff at his place.
Look at him. I mean, pretty effective.
Hey. I don't know how I should feel about that. So what are we going to do with him?
I mean, seems pretty flighty, so...
I mean, I don't want to hurt the guy.
I don't. I mean, he's.
I mean, he is dealing drugs to kids.
But I mean, he's a low level. He's not the.
You
Doing
can always just
like
drop him off at the station.
I would, unless you want him to die.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I would say just wait until he wakes up and just have a piece of paper that says run. He'll get out of town. He'll take that as a hint. Leave. He seems pretty scared.
That was the point.
And he sure as hell isn't going to go to anyone else, because at this point, he figured he sold everybody out, so there's no going back to Tommy. There's no going back to the cops.
Hey, honestly, I wouldn't count out stupidity. But hopefully he does take that to heart, because then no one will be staying at his apartment.
Yeah, we can always check back if he hasn't left.
Okay, do you just want to, like, untie him and leave him here, then, until he wakes up?
I mean, that seems like the easiest way.
Do you think Arlo cares at all, or...?
Not really. I don't think Arlo would be necessarily in favor of
Arlo's
doing
a bounty hunter,
anything
right?
more severe.
She's after bounties for, like, money?
Yeah, and that usually ends up with people being, from what I know, that sort of stuff, alive.
Okay, well, I guess this is like one small step to getting that bounty of getting the drugs off the street, but
I mean, he's so low. He's low level.
Right.
Look
There's
at
no
him.
like per head reward or anything. We're not gonna get.
No, well, I mean, for a bounty to be put on someone, normally he has to jump bail.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Is that how you say it?
That's usually if they
yeah.
They fail to like show up at court or whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Arlo, the bounty hunter.
Yeah. So like normally what Arlo does is theoretically more or less legal, but the thing is if that guy doesn't have any like outstanding warrants, he's not worth anything to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's more of a civic safety issue than a getting cash issue.
Yeah, and I think like you hold up the drugs and just say if he doesn't come back,
we might find more of his stash at his place.
Mm.
Though
at least give it a we can probably just give it a once over and then
right.
And it might scare him more to leave also, and he certainly can't return back to Tommy with no money and the drugs missing, because that means
a good look.
Double dipping on the supply.
Speaking of a kind of supply, I'm going to assume I'm still carrying the cash on me in like my fanny pack. I pat it. We have our own job to turn in, so I don't know. Does Freddy just kind of like live at the drinking hole?
Kind of.
We could swing by and see if he's there. The sooner I get this off me, the better I'll feel. And the better
like that's his office.
The quicker we get paid.
And the further this goes, Park might not be the friendliest place. So get whatever business done, you get done.
And then go to the park? Or are you talking the other way around?
The park is the drinking hole that Freddy is at.
Like get whatever business done at the park, because
get in, get out.
Yeah, because right now everything's fine. Tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go do some paperwork and get this all sorted out first. Then we can figure everything else out and lay low for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you want the car?
Can you bet a car? How much is this car worth?
You've boosted cars before, Nick. Have you?
Honestly, like maybe in a basic, I find the keys and I drive away with them.
We have the key. I mean, that would fit.
I've never
like
hotwired a car.
No, we have the keys.
No, but I mean, you've sold. Yeah, you've sold cars to like a chop shop, is what I meant.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'd say give me an intelligence roll. And if you have any like ways or bonuses as far as appraisal goes,
Way of the car.
Way of the car.
the way of the car.
How
Crime
old
would.
is the car? Does archaeology play into it at all?
Oh,
No, archaeology won't play into it.
Pity.
I mean,
but would the crime bonus work for this?
yes, the crime bonus would
Yes.
work.
I will add a +1 to my +3 to make a +4 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 10.
10. With you have a fairly good idea. I mean, it's a used like sedan. It's in somewhat good shape. It's a few years old, but could probably sell it back for like maybe like 3,000.
3,000.
3,089.
Well, yeah, I'm using modern prices.
Okay, so no, never mind. 3,000. So that's
Yeah.
probably like
Let's just assume that in this version
we'll use. I guess yeah, for like modern value,
Yeah.
just 'cause it's easier. Like
Yeah.
Right.
Because like legally you could probably get like 6 to 10,
Oh my goodness.
but that would be like selling it legally, right? It might take a while if you want to just get rid of it quickly.
Probably the way
You
to get
could-
stolen goods.
who knows how many other drugs are in this car?
That's true. Lexi, I mean, you're the one. This is technically you got the car, so I mean, I'm happy to take the charity. This time,
I
at least.
already have a ride, so
Right, but you know I'm not gonna drive it. You know I'm just gonna sell it.
But it's a
and she'll shrug.
it's a moving home, Nick.
I'm moving home. I'll use drug dealer's car. I got caught sleeping in that thing. I'm going away for 10 different drug charges.
like
Yep.
Money.
there's 8
or-
bricks of heroin in like hidden in the side of the thing that we
The
didn't
tires
know.
are full of heroin.
It's like
You know, I appreciate the generosity. I'll take it. I don't know. I guess I want to sell it, but that's just kind of because I like being liquid. But if I sell it, then I know I'm probably going to just put all the money down on a bet, which I may or may not win, which is its own problem. Look, let's get over to Freddy before it gets too late and the heat starts to come on.
all right.
Oh,
Alright.
we should probably untie this guy so he doesn't die
Yeah.
of exposure here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to not sure if it's I'm just going to pull down his pants so he's not like sitting in his own soaked pants.
Yeah, good idea.
Is this better? I don't know. You know what?
He's alive. It'll be fine.
That's a question to Google. If you're unconscious for 24 hours, is it better to sit in pee-soaked pants or not?
I will give you a better example.
It's gonna be cold.
Would you leave a baby in a pee-filled diaper for a while?
Oh, no. That'd be terrible.
Exactly. Same thing for an adult.
Okay. I also pull down his underpants. It's to protect him. It's for his own good. I don't want the guy to get sick.
Do you remove the jacket from around his face?
If we untie his hands, I say we just leave the jacket.
We'll take the jacket. We'll leave the paper bag. 'Cause I know, it's one of our jackets. I don't know if leaving
yeah, I
it,
guess that's
is
true,
probably
that's
yeah. I think it's Lexi's thing. It's like we don't want anything. We're pretty good with,
Jacket with your
Not
name
being-
sewn in it.
or it's like, oh, I seen someone wearing this, like this windbreaker, and it's like, oh, it's like. So right
All
now,
right,
he
so
has
you
no
leave.
idea.
You leave Nevin there, and you drive back to the park, basically.
I think that's the plan.
Yeah, we'll drop
looking
off.
at-
Yeah, we'll drop off the car someplace safe, and then land. We can take my motorcycle down there. Because I don't know. I don't know if they know what this car looks like. Why
That's
are we
very
going? Why are
true.
we in his car?
Currently, after everything that happened, I would say we're nearing like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to the park, it's basically empty. Like
That's
it's
fine.
opening. You notice a few of the workers that you've seen there before. They're doing their stuff. Let me just put.
What time? What time are the fights usually? They must be pretty late, right?
Yeah, those things like
So
life
this
doesn't
is
start before midnight.
so this is technically early.
Oh yeah, this is very
Yeah.
early. Like
Okay. Yeah.
you see, like
Yeah.
some of the wait
Just making
staff,
sure.
they're
Yeah.
cleaning around,
Okay, even
cleaning.
better.
Yeah.
Putting the tables back up with the chairs. Like in at least in the bar section of things, the the railing of the fighting ring is still broken. By the way.
Yeah. It's
Um,
yeah. That's not gonna.
and you would see, I guess both of you are used to being here, so both of you would notice there's a bit more activity around the like the VIP area,
Mm-hmm.
the what they call the green,
Mm-hmm.
which means that normally there might be, some high roller coming in later because it's a bit more busy than usual. You see Tommy is in his office. There's like the frosted glasses, like frosted glass around. You can vaguely see his shape. He seems to be reading like the newspaper. And as the place opens, one way or another, like Freddy is there. He's like a fixture in here.
Mm-hmm.
He waves at the two of you. You come in and goes, "Hey, how was the fair?"
I'd say pretty good. Won our fair share of carnival prizes. I kind of undo the fanny pack and I chuck it at him.
Catches it, unzips it, looking at it. Oh wow, not bad, Nick.
Oh, and sorry, he undoes the gold watch he's been wearing and he throws that at him too.
Consider it your payment for tonight. And he throws the watch back at you.
Wait, what about my other $500?
All right. And he's going to basically take the money that you got in the fanny pack, count it, and then takes it all and gives it to both of you because it's the 500 that was left to each of you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He's like, where's the other cowgirl? She here? Something happened to her?
Arlo went to go chase down a loose end, but they did fulfill their end of the bargain. I could attest to that.
Well, next time she's around, just tell her to next time you see her, tell her to come see me. I'll have the money for her.
And
I
she'll
don't really trust
like,
you with $500.
Fair.
Did you see Willie?
Technically, I never actually saw Willie, did I? No.
You heard him, but you never saw him.
No.
Freddy is friendly with me, but I also know, like, above board intelligence and information has value too. I kind of look over to Lexi, and are we shutting up about this, or are we just are we letting him know?
I think she'll be like, she'll like cross her arms, which is like probably like you don't want to like, I think just kind of like that slight like closing up like thing. She doesn't want to like just like no, it's like that's obvious that you're
Right.
yeah, just like
Nick kind of picks up on these cues. Lexi and Nick have known each other for a while.
yeah. I think
but
it's
he
that
does-
thing. Yeah, I think it's that
Oh,
thing
go
where you
ahead.
cross arms and just kind of like slouch in the chair, like you're like disinterested.
Yeah, body language. However, Nick does remember the kind of insinuations our good friend Officer Cox was making. And I don't know how much Freddy hates Willie, but Nick is still uncomfortable with the idea that his actions could lead to people's deaths. So he's going to try to play it in a way that might prevent that. Yeah, Willie. Never actually saw the guy, but I don't. It sounded like he was in some kind of trouble. Big trouble, actually. If I don't know how much you hate the guy, Freddy, but if you wanted to like swoop in and own his ass, I think tonight might be a great time to do it.
I'll think about it. I mean, it's tempting. Don't get me wrong, but look, I had to go to ground for that guy. I had to hide. I had to freaking fake I was dead. I mean, at this point, I don't really give a shit. But if I can, hold it over him and have him in my pocket forever.
You never wanted to own a carnival? I'm joking.
No. Okay.
Oh, though, there was a... He pauses for a second. It's like, fuck it, just... he did seem to have some kind of operation going on, like this clown posse, kind of theft ring.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, yeah. Hey, you gave me a nice tip for a job well done. I might as well let you know, like, what you might have to gain here. I did not take business management, so I'm just going to take what I earned and, well, hopefully I don't lose at the card table this time, but we'll see.
Maybe I should open a casino. All right, well, I don't have anything else for you tonight, unless you have something for me. I can find you a buyer for that watch, by the way.
Yeah, why don't you put some feelers out? Though I did have a question about the other job you had, the kind of like the bigger standing one, about the drugs.
Yeah, what about it?
Is it still good? It's been a week. A lot can change in a week.
He glances over his shoulder towards Tommy's office and just goes, I guess now is not a good time to talk about that. So he looks around, makes a show of looking around. He's like, quite easy to be overheard,
Gotcha.
But ask me about it later or call me tomorrow morning.
I'll just ask you about
I mean, you have a phone, right? Or do I?
Technically, I got a phone. I just have to activate the prepay card and it'll start working.
Okay.
I don't know. Lexi, are you fighting tonight?
She'll look at the ring. It's like, I mean, unless they need me out. I mean, the ring's seen better days, but that's never stopped Nick. That's never stopped Tommy before. Plus, I think there's something else happening up there. That's take away from the ring tonight.
Sounds like we're just gonna take it easy then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Freddy. Thanks for not screwing me over this time. Don't give me that look. I remember a couple jobs ago.
Nick, I'm a fence, not a fixer. So I don't have to play by, code of honor or anything. You have to make things worth my time. Sometimes, well, a better deal comes up. It's not like you can find a better fence than me in town anyway.
You're right, Freddy. You're more of a fence than a fixer. I'll have to remember that next time you come around all friendly like. At the end of the day, it's just how many dollars in your pocket, right?
I see I've hit a nerve. Look, and he looks to Lexi real quick. We go way back. It's gonna be all right, Nick. Don't worry. You're not gonna find a GCPD squad car outside of the park by the time you walk out. I promise.
I'm not mad, Freddy. Just a little tired tonight. That's all. Hey,
Well,
if you have another job lined up, feel free to flag me down. But yeah, tonight I think I'm done.
All right. Well, have a good night.
I think Lexi's gonna do the thing of like kind of like pretend to kiss the money. It's like good doing business with you.
Anytime.
I'm gonna look. Just take a moment to look at what's happening up in the VIP thing.
Sure. Can you give me a perception roll?
I will. I'll use an exploit point on that actually.
Ooh.
And can I would a crime thing be like
Well, in this case, you're not really.
ethic?
Because
Nah.
you're not doing a criminal, like you're not doing a crime by
Not
just
doing a crime, yeah.
snooping.
Okay.
Like it's nothing. You're
Yeah.
not breaking the law by just looking.
Yeah.
Now,
So
if you were to
it's-
try to walk in, that would be different. Perception is a stat.
Yep. And then what's the exploit? Is that
Exploit is just a +10.
+10? Okay.
Yeah.
18. God, thank goodness.
18. You try to take a peek every time the door opens and closes to the VIP area. It's these like revolving doors, basically. Is it a revolving door? Like saloon doors, but like full.
Mm-hmm. What was it? Yeah, the double doors. Yeah.
The double doors. Every time like some of the staff goes in or out, you see there's a couple strippers. They're like wearing like their bathrobes. They're waiting to go on stage or to like start their shift in earnest. But there's people in there that you've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
These I'll call them goons, right? Because they look like your typical mafia goons.
Yeah.
With the sunglasses, the suits. They look armed. And you're fairly certain with an 18 that you heard someone say something along the lines of look alive, the boss is coming in a half hour.
That's one of the goons, right?
One of the goons has said that, yeah. Like to like one of the others somewhere. So you can assume that there's more than like the 2 or 3 that you saw in the room. But judging by how they're dressed,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking major crime family. And East End, being the territory of one Carmine Falcone,
Mm-hmm.
chances are it's Mr. Falcone that's showing up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Which wouldn't be quite surprising. Like, I mean, this place sort of belongs to him.
Yeah.
But it's far.
It's operating at his pleasure, so it's like you kind of.
Yeah, that's it. But it's like the type of establishment that's so far down the ladder that
Why would he? Be
he's got to have a reason, right? Yeah. And Tommy has yet to come out of his office.
Mm-hmm. Also, question: is there any place to eat within like sight of this place? Like it can be a bad place. It can just be like dive of some sort.
Yeah, by let's say not necessarily right across the street, but like maybe like a couple of like doors down. Yeah, there's a place that you can type of place that basically caters to the clientele of the park when they eventually leave the park after hours, right?
Ooh.
Type of like it's a pizza joint, 24 hours. You know, it's a per slice thing. There's like, I don't know, maybe like 4 seats to sit down on. The rest is just like mostly like a counter at faces the street where, you know, people will gather, probably like have a smoke, chat as their drunk ass are leaving the park. But you can definitely, if you sit there, you're going to have to sort of maybe like move a bit to look at the entrance that leads to the eventually to the park, but it's probably the best spot you would have. Otherwise, you'd have to sort of like break and enter in any of the buildings across the street.
I think she'll after getting a look at what's going on, she'll look at Nick and say, "What was it? Feel like getting a bite?"
I get to eat. You sure we're not playing it too close to the heat that might come onto us later tonight? I mean, we did get away without being seen. If we're lucky, maybe there's no heat at all.
Got some pretty big VIPs coming in, looks like. Set's impressed, so that can only mean like big goings, you know. Falcon, you know.
Nick is like roughly aware, mainly because like it pays to know like territories and stuff and how families act and how they do business, because it's just you don't want to rob the wrong house. You're in Nick's line of work. So he nods. Lexi,
Because
I get it. And oh, go ahead.
Because if we're gonna pursue this, this is, I think, maybe we're walking on the way there.
Sure.
It's like, because if we're going to investigate what we're investigating, we want to know how, who's the highest level person we're gonna get. Who's gonna get ticked off with us? Because if it's just Tommy's Tommy, it's trouble. If it's higher, and that seems like a lot higher, then we have a lot of thinking to do.
Smart thinking. Look, and Nick's kind of just kind of like trying to brush off the dust and grime from the abandoned building that we were both just like in, trying to make himself more presentable to eat at a place, which is a luxury for him. Hey, if anything wild's about to bust out here, I'd rather be next to you than some other place where I'm just going to be on my own. So, yeah. Also,
I mean, Arlo's not here, so, you know.
Arlo pulled a gun on me the first time we met. It's not like I have a problem with her. It's just, it's a very strong first impression. But yeah, do they have good fries here? Or is it like the freezer crap?
Oh, I mean, if you like eating grease, you know.
I love grease.
It's a lot of grease.
Grease and salt, like just like with an inch of. Potato is a vector for
he grabs
grease,
a small
grease
handful
and salt.
of those like tear salt packets. Just starts like just salting the fries, and he's gonna order a burger, fries. Do they have milkshakes?
Oh man.
No. It's way too cheap a place for that.
You would not want the milk. Like you would not want the
You wouldn't want to have dairy in this place.
Okay, for later then.
You know what? That like the milk is expired by a week. It's still fine. It's still like not. It hasn't curdled. It's great.
Welcome to the green, where the milk is just as bad as the water.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get a platter of greasy food. I'm going to assume that's more than $5. So how much is that going to cost?
No, it's not.
It's
this
not.
Is dirt cheap.
Oh right.
It's like half $1 a slice. Like it's 50 cents a slice.
Nice.
It's one of those pizza places that, yeah, they make a killing very late in the night.
Yeah. Now we had one of those. We had one of those places when I was in college. It was like a block away from like the student housing. So cheap. Although we
Yeah.
found out that they were tax evasion. That's why. That's why the pizza was so cheap.
Oh, so that's why it's so cheap.
Because they were gone the next, like when we took a break for summer and we came back and like they were like it was closed. Like what happened? Tax didn't pay their taxes.
Back when I was in college too, there was this one place that we would go to in downtown Montreal. That's just, it's the type of place that's always open. They somehow always have pizzas at the ready, but you're like, your store is too small to have a pizza oven in it. Like, what's going on?
See, that's going to be my new character. When Nick dies, I'm going to come back as an IRS agent. It's going to be the most hated man in Gotham.
Vigilante
You're
IRS
the
agent.
actual one that actually gets people put in prison, federal prison for a long time. It's not Batman. It's just like you've got them on like tax evasion, which is
There's
they
gonna be a
can't
flash
get
of
out
white.
of.
A business card is going to hit their gun out of their hand, and I'm going to say dramatically, "Have you filled out your paperwork yet?" The accountant.
This would be like
you don't mess with the IRS, basically. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. That's a 1960s Batman villain for sure.
Honestly, that kind of sounds like government propaganda. The IRS is cool, guys. We promise. Come join. But yes, greasy food and eavesdrop? Question mark.
Yeah.
We know Tommy is involved, but we don't know how if it goes above Tommy.
Like if we see fancy cars come in, we can kind of guess who the hell is involved in this. Just so
There's a limousine
Ooh.
that basically parks across the street from the park. Two men come out. They sort of canvass the entire area. They don't walk up to the pizza place where you're at, but they definitely like saw the two of you, took note. Then when they sort of are done, like after a few minutes, they go back to the limousine, knock on one of the back windows, talk to someone, and then open the door, and out comes this late 50s gentleman, probably early 60s, white hair, thin mustache, a nice sort of like tuxedo. You have seen photos of him in the news. He's not someone that needs to hide his identity. This is Carmine Falcone.
Yeah, this is operating above, what was it, beneficiary to the community sort of thing.
Yeah. And he hurriedly walks to the park, accompanied, like flanked by two bodyguards, while one of the two guys that like canvasses the place stays out by the limousine, sort of, hands crossed in front of him, and just looks, left, right from time to time, waits. This has happened, like, let's say maybe like 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Falcone hasn't come out, but it's only been 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you just wait until he comes out again, or what's your game plan?
Like, what would be less suspicious if we just stay here and continue like our eating and kind of like talking, or we just like get up and like leave?
Yeah, how many bodyguards are outside?
Just the one.
Just the one.
It's enough. Like, yeah.
What do you think, Lexi? Opportunity, or maybe this might be too risky?
For what are you thinking?
I mean, if they're talking behind closed doors, it'd be really nice to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, how do you... It's gonna look weird if we come back in. Like, what's our... Any ideas on reasons? I mean, maybe Freddy's still there.
Is there a back entrance to the watering hole?
Mm-mm.
No, just
They
one
would.
way in.
They 100%. Yeah, I don't know if they would. They would probably cover that.
Fire
This, yeah, I was gonna say this underground club is not up to code. Just so you know.
Or does Nick know something? Maybe Nick knows something. 'Cause Nick is.
Oh, other Nick.
Yeah. No, Nick. If this Nick.
hazard. Oh, if
Who's
I
ready?
know if there's another way in.
Yeah. If you've Kate, like maybe.
I
Lexi
mean,
only
Nick
knows.
is flighty. He would try to know like the multiple ways out in case the door got blocked. But if there is none, then there's none, unfortunately.
I mean, I'm gonna say this.
How much
Can
trouble do
you
we want
both
to-
make an intelligence roll?
How much trouble do we want to get into tonight?
Enough
we come
that
back to
Arlo
Hannah.
will
Hannah's
be
like they're both.
flabbergasted.
Yeah, Hannah's gonna come back and be like, "Oh, Nick and Lexi are dead."
She comes back next week. 2 new
Meet your
characters.
new teammates.
An
Intelligence check,
IRS
you say.
agent and someone else.
Whatever.
No, but if you can give me intel, I'm gonna go with a DC 20 for this.
Oh
DC
shit.
20.
Oh.
Ooh, I got a low
Oh.
shot at this.
Okay.
Here we go.
Shit.
20.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll. See what we can.
I
Wow.
partially went to college.
Okay, that's good. One of us. The appropriate one found the stuff or has
So-
the info.
There's only one known entrance and exit. But it is it's the lair of an honest businessman. Like, it stands to reason that Tommy must have some sort of like secret exit to flee if, the cops show up. He
That makes
probably
sense.
wouldn't care if anyone else gets arrested. Mind you, if the cops show up at the park, they probably will not arrest anyone because they're probably in on it.
They're on it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Gotham cops. Yeah, of course.
But let's say there's, trouble at Harkins' door. He would have to have a way out.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's a DC 20, is because if he has a secret exit, it's got to be somewhere around. So the entrance to the park, just to remind you all, it's technically it appears as like the back entrance to a perfectly legit store
Yeah.
that is just permanently closed. And in fact, this door just leads directly to a basement, and then the club called the Park is there.
Okay.
You're pretty sure that the secret exit doesn't lead to that permanently closed door, but it has to lead to one of the other buildings around. Like if you just probably like scouted around, or by process of elimination, you could find it. But there's got to be like one other sort of like residential apartment that's just the front. And that's probably where the exit comes from. It would have to be, of course, on the ground floor. So it's just a question of which one. But he has to have a way to go away. Like someone like Falcone, for instance, would not enter a place where if he knew it was a kill box.
Right.
Of course not.
Makes
Yeah.
So even
sense.
him probably knows that there's
I'll mention that to Lexi under my breath. You want to go looking for a secret tunnel?
She's like, just takes a swig of the beer that she has. Like it's gonna come back to us anytime. Might as well go for it.
All right, just let me finish my french fries real quick and we'll get going.
I think she's.
You scarf
I
down
think
the
I
rest
think
of your
she's. I
fries.
think she knows. I think she sees like the salt kind of like that glitter, that kind of like
the
like shiny.
glisten.
It's like Jesus Christ. It's like how much salt do you put on that thing?
Enough. Look, you save all the crunchy bits for last. It's the best part.
You are going to die of a heart attack, my friend.
Those
He
were
drains
like,
the
God,
soda,
those were like,
then he pops a couple ice cubes in his mouth to chew on, and he's like, "All right, let's go."
oh my God, chew the ice cube. Oh, ooh, the ice
What?
cubes.
The moment you step out of that restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
like the head of that bodyguard by the limousine is like on a swivel. The moment you set a foot outside,
Mm-hmm.
you can see him turn his head in your direction. It's very quick. He goes back to just looking forward, but it's like tack tack.
Yeah.
He knows you're moving.
Yeah.
Right, marked us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Casual, whatever, whatever.
All right.
No
we
attempt to
leave and,
shy away. Yeah.
yeah, just normal. We're done here. We're just
Mhm.
going to leave to do other things.
Especially if you do not leave, like towards,
Yeah, we're not getting closer
directly
to him,
towards the bar or
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can, make a detour, whatever, come back around, start looking.
Very nice.
It's a very dark section of the East End, and by that I mean none of the streetlights seems to work around this place. Like from time to time, one of them is going to like flicker on and off, but for the most part, it's like Gotham Power has just decided to ignore this neighborhood.
Probably intentionally. So I mean, that's
Yeah, there's a good chance that they don't want to go here. Like power worked until power didn't,
yeah.
and they didn't want to do anything to get it back on.
Yeah.
Don't want to set foot here. Yep. That said, there's that closed store that is the front for whatever. And then looking around, you have just right next door to that place, there's like just a one door that would lead probably to like apartments that are above the store. It's got like the little mailboxes on the front with like the little like buzzers to buzz like apartments. Then the building next to it is an exterminator.
God, that's.
Then you've got another one next to it that's a what's it called again? A like a secondhand clothes shop, like a Goodwill.
Yeah, thrift store.
A thrift store, yeah. Then, like, if I go to like the third one, it's a florist. So that would be going like to the left of the
They're all good and
of
very
the fake place. I know, right? So
they're all very good, very suspicious fronts. All of them. This is good picking.
yeah. So you've got again the florist, the thrift store, the exterminator. The thrift store has things in display in the front windows. It looks like it's closed, as in like its business hours are done.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's an actual store. Then you have on the other side. Give me just a second.
It's like a shell game. Find where the P's under, where the
Yeah.
P is.
Yeah, except I can't shuffle the places around. Left of it. So basically, just so you have an idea, I'll call it the facade, right? The facade is the actual front for the park, right? So the facade is here. and then you went left, so there was that one door, and then other stuff. On this side, you would happen to have one apartment. Just it's a triplex basically. It doesn't have like it doesn't have a lobby, right? It's just you've got like the one door that you need to be buzzed in, and then a second door, and probably stairs inside and whatever. And then it's the street corner. So you would have to sort of go around the corner, because like maybe he's got like a place that goes on the other side. And then those, so I'm going to say they're to the right of the club, but it's just so that you have like an idea. The first one is this sort of modern art gallery that's mostly empty. It's got a few pieces on display, but nothing more than that, right? And then we have, so we're here, tack, tack, tack. Yep. And the other place has been covered up with like the windows. They're not boarded up, but they're covered in like brown paper. Some of it has been torn. It seems like it used to be a like a musical instrument store, but it's like permanently closed. There's a lot of like posters or ads that people have glued on over the windows over time, on the door and all that. And then you would have another apartment. So it's residential, art gallery, music, residential. And that would sort of be your like the block around.
Okay.
Unless he has a, and that would be strange. And with your 20, we'll eliminate this theory right away. But like, what if his secret tunnel could go like on for like a mile before he pops out? Yeah. In this case, nah. You get the feeling that it's
you don't want to be stuck in a tunnel for longer than you have to.
That's it.
So it's like in and out quick.
We got a lot of options. Yep. The longer we take the search, the more potential info we miss out on, and the more likely we draw attention to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So the 24-hour florist, the 24-hour thrift store, or the 24-hour exterminator. I'm gonna assume that they're not 24 hours. Oh.
No, they're not. None of them are. None of them are.
24-hour florist? I mean, people have needs at 2 a.m.
Yeah, you definitely want like half a dozen roses at 2 a.m.
Some people definitely do.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably the case sometimes.
I don't know, Lexi. There's a lot of ifs and maybes. I don't see an obvious choice here. I mean, abandoned's good. No one's going to come across an exit easily. But also, if there's a raid, you don't want to be the one guy coming out of an abandoned building.
Yeah, you want
maybe the thrift store. You could do quick clothing change and then walk out with all the other people.
Yeah, the thrift store would have more irregular patronage, just because if it's a flower shop, there's certain days that people would go to it, and not having any of that stuff available would be weird. So maybe at least upkeep.
I mean, florist is great for respectability.
Yeah.
Also, florist staying in business in this part. Dang, it was an impressive business model.
I mean, a lot of people do die around here, so
it's
very fair.
But then again, it's not like this. They're probably not rolling in cash either.
Yeah.
Right. Modern art gallery that's almost completely empty.
That seems unusually. Who would in their right mind have an art gallery all the way out here?
I mean, I'm assuming they didn't plan for this side of town to get to the way it is.
And you would stay?
I mean, well, apparently many of the pieces didn't, but oh, you know what? Can I make my way to the modern art gallery? I want to look at some of the pieces.
Sure.
Can I, from my knowledge, can I match up any of this with stuff that I might know if Falcone owned?
Oh, that's interesting. Being able to like appraise or like kind
You're
of
not
mark?
even gonna have to roll. You recognize one of them. Because you remember a few years ago when you went to burglarize a home?
Yes, I do remember that being something I specifically mentioned.
That estate that you went to, you learned after the fact. Did I send you that info on Discord?
I know you sent me like the basics that it was definitely someone important, but I can't remember if you gave me particulars.
Okay, so anyway, you knew after the fact that it was the Maroney's estate.
The Maronis.
The Maroney crime family has been, I will say, not killed off, maybe like heavily crippled in the mob wars that happened in the late 50s, early 60s, following the death of Alfredo Bertinelli. And the Maroni, who used to be, the under the protection of the Bertinelli, and they, let's say they were like the number 3 biggest family, ended up downsizing to almost nothing, which is kind of why or how you made the mistake of, not knowing that it was this family's estate, because they only have that for them now. Like they've completely removed themselves from public life, from, as far as you know, criminal life. But one of those pieces you saw in that estate, it's a bust of the god Mercury.
Oh, cool.
It's not modern art.
Huh. Non-modern art in a modern art museum.
I mean, unless you consider a classically inspired marble bust as being part of like modern art, like it doesn't modern in the sense that someone probably made it recently,
That's
but it's not
this-
modern art in the sense of
yeah.
Just because Yutsai is sometimes a little slow and needs a hand from the GM, would this be an indication that this has a better chance of being the front we're looking for? Or is it more of an indication that this doesn't have to do anything with the Falcones, more rather it's the other family, so it rules it out?
I will say, so if you side at the Maroney estate and it's now here in a territory that is clearly not the Maroney's, it was probably stolen or taken by the Falcone after the fact.
This is a trophy, right?
And this is, this art gallery is probably just a trophy room or a warning to others. Come on, you're in the East End.
Yeah.
There would be an art gallery and the windows have never been busted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like hanging. It's like effectively like hanging a Maroney corpse in front of like the thing. It's like.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's grisly when you put it that way. So, oh god. So then if no one's going to bust into this place, the odds that this is also where the exit leads out of, into a safe area where they have total control, that makes it really high on my list that the front is in there, that the tunnel entrance is in there.
Isn't
Which
there?
means we have to break in.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I don't know. Let's see. What do you think?
I think if Nick is kind of like bringing out like, yeah, I think that's certainly an area where like you're only gonna get. Yeah, that's weird. Also, the least amount of like casual patronage.
Yep.
Cause no one off the street or like wanders into the wrong neighborhood looking for like flowers or thrifting is going to wander into. There's a chance they could wander in. No one's going to just happen to wander in for like modern art.
Especially if they know who owns the place. steer clear of trouble and all that.
Yeah.
So are
And I mean,
we
it's
gonna
the
steer
type
clear
of
trouble?
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's the type of like very small gallery that through the window, like you don't even see a night warden or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a major gallery either.
Oh, yeah, I've seen. Yeah, it's just like it's a small like storefront gallery.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
The only defense it needs is reputation.
Mm-hmm. All right. Like,
Well, if you damage Mr. Falcone's goods, even if he doesn't particularly care about it.
He's got a name to keep.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Lexi, are we going to steer away from trouble too, or suddenly got a lot more heavy on the front end investment here? Like,
What do
it's
you
great
feel?
if we get in, get out, no one sees us, but
I mean, we're pretty in deep. I mean, if it is what it is, we stole volcanic drugs.
I guess we could. Okay, let's.
And it would be nice to know like how safe this place is gonna be.
Right.
I want to know right away if we're in deep with them before like I come back for next flight and they ice me right away.
Who are the people who put out the job with a 15 grand reward? It's
To get the
drugs off the street.
probably Falcone. Because you have to think
Okay, all right.
these issues are starting have happened in his territory.
Mm-hmm.
There's this new drug that just entered the East End and is spreading across North Gotham.
Oh, that makes Tommy
But
in
it's-
deep shit if
It's like people are, how can I say that? It makes people so unpredictable that
Yeah.
it's not a viable business model.
Oh, okay. So this makes
It's getting too dangerous for business.
oh, that means Tommy's in deep shit then if things
Right.
go bad.
I don't know
That's-
what you mean.
Yeah.
Look, right now we're
'Cause if-
debating breaking into a Falcone vault / display to sneak into a secret secure Falcone tunnel in order to eavesdrop on the person who is supposed to pay us money if we got the job done. It doesn't make a lot of sense unless we think something bad is happening in there and we need to get. Why are we doing this? Are we doing this for money or are we doing this because it's the right thing to do? Because if it's just for the money, this doesn't make any sense.
I think Lexi just like this is gonna ruin the neighborhood more than anything else if this shit gets out here.
Yeah, but we might get shot, Lexi. How many points in justice do you have?
Probably none.
How many?
None.
If you
How many?
do it-
Tell me.
None. Actually, wait. Let me
The thing
check.
is, if you
no,
do
wait,
this
no,
for-
she does. She does have points in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh, God, it's too bright. I can't look at you. Ugh.
yeah. She kidnapped a man.
Look, we're not all perfect, okay?
Yeah.
Lexi, I get what you're saying about the neighborhood, but if we're wrong, we're throwing ourselves at the mercy of the Falcone saying, hey, we had good intentions. Sorry for embarrassing you in public. Oh, God. Okay.
I mean, if we want to take care of the drugs and we want to steer clear of the Falcones, we could always go to what was the guy's name that we stole the money from?
Nevin?
No,
The money? Oh, the
Yeah.
Chronicle
Oh, the
guy?
money, Willie Monahan.
could shake down Willie, because Willie's in deep shit.
He is in deep shit. And with
He
our,
would probably take
officer
any
friend.
lifeline that he would. If you think we're going too far with this, or we're barking up the wrong tree, we have other options.
Right. As much as I would love to pull Arlo into the deep end with us, breaking into this place, finding a tunnel, and maybe something coming out of it, I think we might be jumping to conclusions. Look, unless Falcone is being actively strangled in there and we jump in to save the day, I think
you know what?
whatever we do is in
You know
deep
what?
shit.
I think you're on the right track because we know he's in there. We know Tommy's in there. And if anything goes really badly, we're going to find out tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And look,
Like it's not going to be like I mean, we'll know either way if Tommy's not there or it's definitely going to get
If you wake up
discussed
tomorrow
down.
morning and the park is burnt down,
Yeah, or if
You'll-
like if something happens to
Something
Falcone
happened
or
here.
something happens to Falcone, we're going to know because like
right.
yeah, okay.
In either case, we don't have to be here. I get what you're saying about the neighborhood. I do. And I do care. I just look, if in my line of work, you got to make decisions, and a lot of them have risks and chances of success, all that good stuff. Right now, I'm just not seeing any sort of reasonable upside for the amount of risk we're taking on. We can head back to Willie and maybe shake him down for what they know, especially in regards to Officer Cox.
Yeah, plus dangle some cash in front of him. He's that hard up for it. I mean, he's more likely to talk.
It's very true. Actually,
Because I think from what I overheard on the intercom, dude's a middleman. He's a step higher than the guy we just left, but he's not
Nevin,
the top.
okay.
It's that
Nevin's
cop that-
apartment, where we might find more info, more of his stash. I doubt he was carrying everything he had on him. Willie, who is in a desperate bind and needs money by tomorrow. I think I remember him saying he needed $1,000. And with my payday today and Lady Luck smiling on me last week, I do have that money just on me, so I can offer.
you
him up a
also
lifeline.
stole $1,000 from him.
Right, but we gave that all
He
to
doesn't.
Freddie,
He
who paid
doesn't
us,
know
right?
that. He doesn't know we have.
No. But the thing is
Yeah.
he needs $1,000 because
Yeah.
someone stole $1,000
No,
from his
no,
place.
that works in our favor. That
Bad
makes-
things happen
we
to bad
have-
people. It's
That
okay.
means
Simon.
that means we have the advantage. We
I'm the
have-
good guy here. I'm
because
helping.
because
I'm giving
we
him a
have-
lifeline.
We have exactly what he needs. Exactly what he needs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Yes. Now we're sound
Down to the exact same serial numbers on the bills.
He does
Doesn't
not
know
memorize
that.
his serial
No,
numbers.
I know, but it's just like, it's not just exact, like it's exact.
Just
Yeah.
Willie's like, these are the same serial numbers of my hundreds.
I drew a smiley face on all these Ben Franklins.
I rubber stamped these with the find out where this $100 has been stamp.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
okay.
That
it's
sounds
late.
like yeah.
We are night. We're kind of like active at the night though. So, do you want to call the night and see just what happens tomorrow? Do you want to head up Nevin's apartment? Do you want to go back to Willie while the wound is fresh?
I mean,
At this time of night, the fair would be closed.
it doesn't. I mean,
Because
we're-
remember,
we're-
you came back to the park, to the club at 10:30. The fair was from
Right.
7 to 11.
right.
No, sorry, 7 to, it's 5 hours. 7 to midnight.
No, there's no adult swim. No after
but then-
hours
I mean,
adult
we
swim.
could. I mean, we're gonna have to like. This is. I mean, if you want to sneak in, we can sneak in.
I mean, you could technically sneak into the fair anyway. It's just the fair is going to be closed by the time you show up.
Yeah. Like if we want to.
I would rather go while the fair's open because then we have the reliable escape plan of crowds and witnesses.
Yeah.
And they can't
Alright,
do anything crazy.
So you want to.
Nevin's apartment, I think, would be the best bet here.
Yeah. God, this poor fuck.
Okay, and we have this info for later, in case
Yeah.
we're stuck in the water
Yeah.
and we'll need a way out.
Yeah. If we ever need to like if we ever need to escape from the park, we know there's an exit at some point.
Or if we need to break in for some
Yeah.
other reason.
Yeah. We'll keep that. Keep that. Sounds good.
Okay. Head back to your motorcycle and head over to Nevin's. I
Yeah.
guess. Why don't
You know what? Let's take the car.
Yeah, and he probably has.
Yeah, because
some
we
stuff
don't.
we could stash in the
The
trunk, back
the
seats.
less things they can trace us, I think is what Lexi's word. Like, if we take his car, it's not going to be like they're not going to be identifying us.
Yeah,
and
not
we
weird.
Yeah.
All right, got a plan.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, good.
Nevin has an apartment in. Cause y'all have his
Yeah, we have his.
We have his
I
address,
have
we
his
have his
ID.
keys.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Good
It's
shit.
I just need
Driver's
to find out. I think it's like
Yeah.
I said Upper East Side.
Upper East. Oh, that's just like
I'm not quite sure. It's mostly just so we look at the the time it's gonna take and
like
whatever.
Newtown or Crime Alley area. That's what we're talking.
You're not too far from. No, Upper East Side is in the Middle Island.
Middle Island.
There's a
Upper East
place.
Side. Oh, Upper East Side.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's the south of us. Oh, it's past the thing.
Where's it?
Wow, he lives in a
Nevin.
better spot than we do. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's
Upper East Side. Upper East Side. Oh, there's that map. I was looking for Upper East Side.
Okay, this is I'm going crazy. I'm searching for exactly what I wrote. It's not on the page. Anyway, we'll say Upper East Side.
Okay.
In case I messed up, who cares? It's gonna be Upper East Side.
Nevin, sorry.
There we go. I'm sorry. Nevin lives in the slummy apartment by Rayleigh Park.
Oh,
Rayleigh
okay.
Park.
Rayleigh Park.
So no, it is not the Upper East Side. It is in the East End, where y'all are.
Oh, cool. Yep, that's about that's
Yeah, Rayleigh
That's-
Park is in the Bowery. So it's like
Over there,
south.
then.
Oh, okay. So he's close to us.
And that's why I figured it was like in that area. I just didn't remember.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, he lives in Upper East Side. Like,
Well, he could
What's he
like if he
doing?
has like like he has a day job or something probably.
yeah, I'm this dude.
Um,
I don't. Yeah.
But yeah, the Bowery is Gotham's worst neighborhood. I mean, okay, it's a step above the Narrows,
Yeah, Narrows is.
but that's
regularly-
it. Like the Narrows is the worst. The Bowery is the second. It's basically home to Crown Point, a smaller inner district ridden with crime, homelessness, and prostitution.
Yeah.
Its inhabitants live in squalor, while entire families occupying single rooms in often in dilapidated buildings.
Yeah.
His place is just as crummy as that. It's this apartment complex of like 12 units.
Mm-hmm.
It's all built out of concrete. The paint is peeled a while back. There are some units are lit up tonight. Actually all of the ground level units all have like metal bars on their windows.
Yep.
The lobby entrance, the front door, has been ripped out. God knows when. So you can just walk in and out. Inside, there's immediately, like by the lobby, where there used to be an elevator, but now it's just a room, I guess. Like the elevator is stuck there. It's become a den, and you have like 5 people crammed into it. Currently doing heroin.
Okay,
Oh,
that's fine.
And then you've got like stairs that go up, and then it's splits to all the different
Okay.
different places. So it's 3 floors, 4 units per floor. He lives on the second floor. Apartment at the end. When you go in, his place is very mundane. You walk in and you would believe like this is like a bachelor's pad. there's like, dirty takeout container that just take up the entire space on the dinner table. His like coffee table in the living room has like drug paraphernalia, bits of food, of course, magazines, but also like an ashtray that's just filled up. He's got a couch that is definitely sort of broken, and he owns a cockatoo that just goes when you walk in.
Oh shit!
No, wait, is the cockatoo the small parrot? Or it's the big white one? Shit.
I don't know my birds.
No, it's not a cockatoo. It is not a cockatoo. It's the
cockatiel.
yeah, I think that might be the.
No, no, cockatiels are little ones.
Yeah, no, it's lovebird.
Oh.
But he's got only one, not two. Yeah, the green with the little like red face.
Oh.
Yeah, and it just goes.
Okay.
We should probably feed that if Nevin's not going to be back anytime soon. Oh shit! If he's just
Sure.
going to flee, then I don't want to leave the bird to die.
I mean, so. What do you? What? Just open the window and it'll.
Why don't we sweep the place first? We don't know if Nevin's had any roommates.
Yeah.
Gonna look around. Also gonna take a
Yeah.
particular stronger look at the bird. Like, does it have like a little thing on its leg to deliver messages, or does it have a function
Yeah.
rather than just being a pet?
Nah, it's just a pet.
Oh. Does it have a little name plate on the cage or something?
There is no nameplate. But when you approach, the cage to, look at it, it just, hops towards you, and oh shoot, give me a second. Its wings, you notice, are
They got the clipped wings.
clipped,
Oh.
Oh.
basically, so that it doesn't like fly away. But it looks at you and just goes, "Booby time."
What?
What did that bird just say?
I think I know what it said, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong.
And then it makes the sound of a microwave dinging, and then just chirps again and hops elsewhere, like on its little
Right.
bar.
I think first sweep to clear the apartment, and then I'm going to see if I can find some food for the bird.
I think he just under her breath. He's like, "You goddamn bird."
You sweep the apartment. It's a 1-bedroom place. It's actually 2-bedroom, but one of the rooms has been sort of tweaked into a sort of like home gym type of situation.
Okay.
His bedroom is in disarray. There's no one else in here, but it doesn't look. I'm gonna say it looks like a pot dealer's apartment, basically.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
what you would see in a lot of
Fitting.
like I call them like the pothead movies. Like the ones that Seth Rogen used to be in all
like
the time,
stoner comedies,
way back
yeah.
when.
Yeah.
The stoner comedies. Thank you.
Yeah.
So aside from that, it doesn't strike you as anything odd or out of the ordinary. Definitely, there's nothing broken, or that would be an indicator that the guy did BCK at any point.
Oh yeah, I mean,
They'd be smashed to heck.
yeah, there'd be stuff that that
He does have, however,
probably would eat the bird.
so no stash of BCK, but in his bedroom, there is like it's called a CVS plastic bag full of empty inhalers, and by empty I mean it's just the plastic part, the cartridge. There are no cartridges in there at all.
The cartridges.
No canisters.
From his supplier.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have a phone, or if he didn't have a phone on him, is there like any sort of desk or notepad for quickly?
Oh,
scrolling?
there is.
Rolodex.
So
That's right. Yeah.
remember, because we're in this weird type of time that's sort of like late 80s, but also a lot of Art Deco and shit. People still have landlines.
Landlines.
Not a whole lot of people have cell phones,
True. Okay.
Rolodexes
In that
and
case,
stuff.
is there like a
but there is.
one of those a composition notebook with like maybe notes or addresses or something?
He's a bachelor. He has a little black book.
Hey,
Oh, what the?
flip that open. Start
Oh boy,
peeking
let's see
through.
what kind of.
The disgusting part is that it almost looks like a high school yearbook
Oh,
with like little picture
Oh,
of a. Yeah, a lot of them have been rayed out, like scratched out, probably because he didn't go anywhere or whatever. Because it doesn't look like a hitman's list or anything
no,
like
it's just like,
that. But he's got a few in there, like grandma is one of them. He didn't lie. His grandma is in the Sunnyside retirement homes. You've got like the phone number. He's got Tommy, as he calls him Tommy from work. And the picture he has for Tommy is sort of this like cut out, of like a Polaroid picture of, I don't know, some sort of party that happened at the park at some point, because it's him and Tommy
oh, geez.
like next to one another. He doesn't have, like, for instance, he doesn't have like Officer Cox in his book.
Yeah.
And none of the other names, like Willie or anything that you've heard in, you know, from last night to tonight, from last week to this week, that you have. It seems, going by like the book and how, you know, when you open a book, like it tends to always open at the same, like if you've left it open at the same
Yeah,
page for a
it
long
has-
time, it
yeah.
falls. The page will like
The spine.
Tommy
the spine,
Vigo, yeah. Tommy Vigo is the one whose page it's been left on the longest.
do you think he gets his supply directly from Tommy then?
I mean, it's a good chance.
Well, then where does Tommy get his?
It's a good question.
We might need to break into Tommy's office after all, just not when security is so high tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But taking a
But what's the
a
cop
quick
package?
trip through the museum. What was that?
Like, and then how is the cop tied into this?
Might be working for Tommy, just not with Nevin.
Hmm.
Or maybe he's just taking a payday or something. I don't know.
Cut of it to ignore
Let's see.
Maybe
The cop
muscle.
was harassing
Willie.
Willie. Nevin came by because he thought he could make a sale. Willie owed
Tommy.
Cox something.
I mean, Cox,
like
yeah, Cox.
$1,000 for some
Yeah.
reason. We might need to get more of the story from Willie.
Mm-hmm. Because we know roughly who's involved in it, but we don't know exactly how. who's on top of what.
At least
We just
from
know
what I'm
that
seeing, though.
we just know that Tommy is
Yeah.
the method of which the dealers go out. We don't know how, if he's
Possibly the top of the pyramid.
possibly.
Though, I guess if someone's giving him the drugs to disperse to
Yeah,
his people,
he
then-
could be the street level organizer to whoever brings him in, which might be the cops. Or it's the other way around, and he's bringing it in, and they're acting as maybe like on the take, maybe like enforcers for that.
maybe.
But Willie would probably know, right?
You know, if Falcone's busy trying to tighten down business, might make it I don't know, maybe Tommy's playing sort of angle to take over.
Mm.
I don't know, that's a bit of a long shot, though. Been watching too many Mafia movies.
But I mean, there's a lot of nothing here. At least,
Well,
Yeah.
it depends. When you say nothing here, depends what you're looking for.
Valuables.
Oh, well, he's got a TV you can sell.
that TV's heavy. That's a
That's a big
He doesn't
square
own
TV
he
from
doesn't
the
own
80s.
any jewelry, but like I think all in all in the entire apartment you probably find like $200
$200.
in various
Yeah.
places and in various like bills.
Buy my way back into middle class.
$200 from. Yeah, I mean, take it. I mean, whatever.
That said, I mean he's got clothes if you wanted to change into
You
something.
want better clothes?
He's a bit like more wiry than Nick, I guess, depending on how thin Nick is
He's
living
not
on the
like-
street.
He's not super thin. He has to say
Sugars.
he's not like strong, but he has to stay like dexterous enough.
Yeah.
He's more fit than thin.
Okay, yeah, no, Nevin wasn't fit at all. Like he's shaped like an asparagus.
He did like crumple immediately once like Lexi like
Yeah.
punched.
Yeah. Yeah. There's clothes, there's this. Oh, he doesn't own any firearms.
I mean, that's even more time in jail if they arrest you and you
Yeah,
own
he
one,
might-
right?
yeah.
You have one.
Yeah.
I'm also, by the way, trying to feed the bird while talking with Lexi.
Fucking bird.
Sure. He likes it. It.
Alright. Got what we need here.
Do you think he's coming back? Otherwise, if we leave, we're just gonna let the bird die.
She kind of
You
gives you
can't
a
let it
look.
loose
She gives
because
you
it
a
can't
look
fly.
like. she's
I
kinda
don't like it
"What?
when things die for no
You gotta-
reason, Lexi.
It's a bird.
Yeah, but it's like it's caged. You can't do anything. It's helpless. Look, I don't want to be the asshole who's like, I'm gonna take your pet away from you because you're dealing drugs to kids. Like, yes, you're an asshole, but that's also a dick thing to do. At the same time, if he does come back, then yeah, he can take care of his own pet. If he doesn't, then we're just gonna leave in the bird to die.
Well,
Nick is in like
going-
the height of moral conjuries.
Going by pure logic, right? You stole his car.
Yes.
His way out of Gotham is like he would have to leave the city on foot if he wanted to leave the city. So he kind of would have to come back home to at least like get some stuff. He doesn't have any money on him.
That's true. That's true.
So because you took his wallet away.
Are you saying
like,
that Nick's
he would-
thievery is directly related to the mess he's found himself in with this bird?
Do we leave him a note? It's like, take the bird with you. Or
Take the bird with
bird
you.
with you.
Be a responsible
We'll-
pet
or we
owner.
will, or we will find you. We leave a note on this.
They call me the cockatoo, defender of birds. Okay. By that logic, and I think it's because I as well as Nick is getting in his own head. I'm just gonna start dumping food at the bird, like in the cage, so it has plenty to eat. And like,
We come back and
Nick's
she's
gonna make a mental note after this job is over to come by and check on the bird to make sure it's taken care of.
Well, I mean, for sure, if Nevin comes back to his apartment and sees his shit full of birds eaten, like, what the hell happened? Like, I need to leave.
Yeah, it's a
Someone
terrifying
came into my
message.
apartment to feed my bird.
Yeah, it's a terrifying.
It's probably
message.
the least terrible thing that could happen to someone living in a Bowery. Like, if you have someone break into your place and just feed your animals.
Yeah. Or I mean, just leave a kitchen knife in there, just in the bird cage, just to like make sure that like get out.
You know what? We'll stab a kitchen knife in the wall next to the bird cage, just to make the message even more confusing.
Get the fuck out of city. Take the bird with
take
you.
the bird.
Just like I stab a note into put the note, stab the knife through the note. It's like, take your bird with you.
We're also gonna fold his clothes in front of the television just to layer the complication.
Already pack a suitcase.
I will take a couple of the inhalers with me, the empty ones.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nick likes animals. Can't
Yeah.
he?
Mm-hmm.
Just a deeply confusing message for this man. I was gonna say the alternative was like you take his clothes, you take his car, take his money, you take his bird.
Yeah. I changed my name to Nevin. I started dealing drugs.
It's like
He just take up his whole life.
Like he lives and he moves like.
I visit his grandmother, who doesn't remember what her grandson looks like. He walks in on us. It's okay,
it's
Grandma.
like-
I'll protect you.
You know, if you take the bird, it's gonna give him a story. It's like, yeah, they took my goddamn bird.
Yeah, no, that's the game that we just torture this poor man. Oh, so do we want to do Willie tonight? Wait for Arlo, or wait for time to pass to see if anything comes from all our shenanigans tonight? Because Willie does have a deadline for tomorrow.
I think
so...
I think we should get Willie before Willie does something like drastic.
Stupid, yeah.
Yeah, because Willie needs $1,000, and
I
who knows
don't
what the hell
like
Willie.
the idea of going to the I keep saying carnival. The fairgrounds where Willie
I mean,
has home
the
turf
name of the
advantage.
fair is the Carnival of Oddities,
Yeah.
so...
Oh,
I
there
mean,
you go.
we were going to sneak into a possibly Falconer thing, so I mean, this is less on the.
I guess they are missing their strong man, so they just have like all the people in the oddity show, and then their army of clowns,
Yeah.
and also the Graysons. Kidding, no Graysons. Okay, you want to go tonight, Lexi?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we should probably get. Yeah, this acrobat kid just comes and tries to kick her ass. We punch him.
Fuck you, Robin.
We start him on a life of crime.
Yes, they call me the inciting incident.
It's funny because it screws with like a different dimensions Batman. But yeah, so you take the car, go back up to the amusement mile. Of course, the fair is closed by the time you get there.
Yeah.
There are no lights. You see that there's a few security guards patrolling fairground anyway. Guys in probably like a private security firm, because they're all wearing the same type of uniform, sort of a beige-ish shirt, black pants. I mean, I assume you parked the car farther away and you're just on foot. You would have seen like 2 flashlights at least going there. Some of the trailers still have lights on. Most of the others are completely dark.
We know which one's Willie's,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna quietly test the doorknob to see if it's locked.
Well, are you quietly sneaking into the fair
yes.
I
first?
think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you
Shit.
give me stealth rolls? So Dex and any bonuses you would have
Crime.
with stealth.
Is this crime?
Of course, this is crime.
Okay. Good. Thank God.
So that the crime is plus crime to what all the other bonuses we have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
And
I'm glad that one of us
It's
has...
a DV15.
Okay. Okay, there you go. Oof. 18.
23.
Jeez.
Let's see if I get a crit though.
My God.
This is like my best. This is my jam.
This is your I'm
Okay. Oh, the 23 works.
Lexi's the wild card for this thing.
You're-
I tries to trust Nick.
You're able to time your entrance with the level of no, not the level, but the pattern of the patrol. Wait for an opening, go in rapidly through. You've like circled the fairground and then came in through the like where all the trailers are. You get to Willie's trailer. The window outside is still closed the same way you had left it closed when you left, Nick.
With my, I technically I got a crit, right?
It's 50. The roll is
versus the
15
DC
now.
15.
Yeah, it's a 15, so it's not 10 over.
Oh, 10 over. Gotcha. Okay, never mind. Should we just knock?
Yeah, sure.
Knock, knock, knock. Just kind of matter of fact, like boss, like kind of like a boss. Something's going on. We need you out here. Kind of knock.
There's no answer.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna.
Shit.
I make motions. I want to check around the back.
Yeah, I think she's like shit. Like she makes that like under her breath.
I check to see if the window I opened and escaped through is still open, and if the radio's still there.
The window is closed.
Window's closed.
Yeah. You don't know if the radio is there or not. At least no one threw it out.
Right.
I think it's $50.
Yeah. Oh, gotta check. I'm gonna do like a quick pass to see if I can like feel it on the grass below or the window. Kind of like small, like I mean, if they closed the window, they'd probably fell out at that point if it did.
It's not on the ground.
They might have gotten the radio then. I'm gonna circle back. I'm gonna pull out my lockpicks. Seeing Lexi.
Oh, and of course, I forgot to mention there were multiple windows to his trailer. Right, there was only one that was had the curtains closed. In this case, all of them are closed at the moment.
Oh, are the lights on in the trailer?
No, not in his trailer. But like I said, there's a few trailers that have lights on. The others are all black.
Right. Well, I'm gonna pull out the lockpicks.
I'll
I
just
did
get
this once
ready,
before. Do I need to roll for it again?
Nah, you've already done it once. It's the same lock, right? The exact same lock. So you open it. Open the door. Take a peek inside. You hear snoring.
I motion for Lexi to come in.
Yep. Close the door behind her.
Lock the door.
Your walkie-talkie is on the table.
Oh, they did find it.
And he's removed the piece that you had I think tied to it or like with an elastic or something to let it.
Right. I used the string of my hoodie, I believe.
The string of your hoodie. Yeah, it's on the table next to it.
Oh, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to
Yeah.
thread through again.
Yeah. I think Lexi's gonna do the thing where like gonna put the hood up and stuff like that.
I kind of motion to Lexi, motion to I'm assuming the sleeping Willie,
Yeah,
and like
yes, it's Willie.
hand over mouth with a fist raised, sort of shrug. Okay. I'm just gonna look around. Is there like a gun or some kind of weapon near the bedside that we're not seeing that he might reach for? Some kind of alarm or bell?
If you take a look around, he has
Officer Cox sitting in the corner watching Willie sleep.
no. That would be weird.
It's a chimpanzee. Watch out, that's just sitting. It's pet, just sitting watching it. It's like watching it. Now we'd be in deep shit. We'd be in deep shit if that was.
He has one of the sort of like pellet gun that he uses at the shooting booth, the shooting gallery. It's propped up next to the bed. Easy to see. The thing is with the way of like how he's sleeping, how he's placed with the gun, he would have to get up, like sit up on the bed, and then bend over to reach for it. Not something that would be done or that can be done quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I give Lexi the thumbs up. I've kind of like motioned to be close by, but I'm really just going to grab my walkie and the hoodie string.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You wake him up.
Mm-hmm.
He's what's going? Whoa. Hey, okay. You I can't see anything.
Good.
Laura, is that you?
No.
No. Who are you people?
A lifeline.
A what?
We hear you're in trouble, Willie.
Is this some sort of joke? He like begins to sit up, sort of like rubs his eyes. I don't need. Oh, are you with Cox? No? Okay, it's not his fucking idea of a joke. Alright. Why would I need a lifeline again? I'm sorry, I'm a bit...
We heard through the grapevine that you owe some people money. Some potentially violent people.
Oh, I would check your sources again. I don't know anyone money. Well, not after tonight anyway.
Is he still groggy?
He looks like he's kind of hungover.
Lexi's gonna go grab, like, is there the sink?
Mm-hmm.
Fill up with water, and just splash it on his face, just kind of like.
Oh, that's the worst.
Why'd you do that?
We need you awake, Willie.
Well, I'm awake now. Look.
What do you mean?
I'm unarmed. I've got literally nothing now. I've squared off my debts.
You paid off your debts that fast.
Well, I didn't want to, but yeah.
With what? I look around the very like empty trailer.
Why'd you care? Who are you anyway?
Doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter how I paid my debts. Look, I don't know if it's like something with Lance or whatever. I paid my dues. I got my stuff, right? I'm good. I really hate this fucking city, so you're not probably gonna see me back around here if I can help it. If someone told you that I still owed money, I don't. And if you're trying to ask me for money, it's I literally do not have anything anymore. All the things I had stashed were either stolen from me earlier tonight, or I had to give the one very valuable thing I still had left to that fucking idiot. So...
Well, then maybe you can help us. We're in the how would you put it? Business of information. And apparently sometimes the information goes bad. So we're hoping you can make up that difference. You say you're hurt for cash?
All right. Yeah.
I think there are a few things that you could answer for us that we'd be very interested in knowing since you're about to skip town and all.
Okay, can I just turn on the lights or something?
No.
We prefer the night.
Oh boy. Fucking city. All right. He sits up on the bed. He goes, okay, look, if it makes you get out of my trailer, sure, what do you want to know?
First, I'm just curious. We were under the impression that you were already scraping the bottom of the barrel. What could you have had that would have gotten such a large debt off your back that fast?
Can you give me willpower? And if you have anything in the ways of like negotiation or diplomacy, persuasion.
I wish. I'm talking
Can
a lot for
Can
a
I
sleepy person.
assist a little bit?
Yes, you can. So there is a rule for assisting, which is you need to make a roll with whatever. So tell me how you want to help. Then you're going to have to make a roll, difficulty 10. And if it succeeds, then you get to give a sort of a big bonus to the other person. So how do you want to help?
Intimidate. We'll just kind of like
Grr.
put like hand on the shoulder, you know, crack the knuckles, hand on the shoulder. Good grip.
All right. Then I'll go with like willpower, intimidate, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Difficulty 10. So if you succeed, you will give Yutsai a +2. But if you crit, you give him a +4.
Okay.
Now, normally, like if there's more than one person that does it, right? It's all cumulative. So you can choose like your best person forward, and then everyone helps, and then it just stacks on a bunch of bonuses.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's Arlo with her gun when you need it?
I know we're missing like the good, like, you know, like pull back the hammer like sound. So I think like, we don't have anything that like breaks that sound. 13.
I just make that noise with my face.
It's like we need a fake gun that makes that noise. If we don't have.
Could I negotiate with the success from Lexi? Can I negotiate for either not needing to roll or getting a further bonus, because I only have a +2 plus another +2 is a +4, and I think we really need this information.
But you also have exploit points.
True, but I only have so many left before the adventure's over, and I want to save it for if I'm about to die.
I mean they come back per session.
Oh, they do? Oh, I thought they
reset
at the adventure's over.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
I'm going to propose this just to see if how.
Okay. Yeah. No, but still, go ahead. Yeah.
Right. He's going to hear an audible click, and I'm going to unwrap the gold watch that's been hiding over my hoodie, and from the darkness where you can't see it, lift it to shine in the moonlight. We got this from the person who gave us the bad intel. I believe it's safe to assume that you may have an interest in it.
Yeah, that's my watch.
Was your watch. And it can be again if you're cooperative. After all, we did pay a good deal for it.
All right, look. I had this a couple of years back. I did a job for a guy in town. Anyway, he's dead now, but he won't. Anyway, stolen artwork, whatever. It was a painting. I gave him a fake. I kept the original hidden under there, and he taps his mattress. Which is true. You just didn't roll high enough last time to find it.
God damn it.
Mother.
We could have taken it for all he's worth.
Oh, things would have been a lot different. But he's like, I mean, it's
itself to be a better thief.
It's worth something, so I used it to
save your ass from Officer
Well,
Cox.
yeah, I mean, it's not going to go on the black market if that's what you're asking for. The guy said that there's apparently a reward that's been outstanding for this piece for a while from like the Vogelheim Museum or something. Anyway, the Cox, the guy I gave it to, he's a kind of a lawman around these parts. Whatever, he's gonna take care of it. It seems to be enough for him. Who gave you my watch?
Not important. It's just important that I have it now.
Yeah, but I'd kind of like to know who fucking stole it from me, you know?
Do you want the watch back or not? Because information costs money, right? And if I'm understanding correctly, you don't have any more.
Okay. So what do you want to know? I mean, I told you about how I paid off I'm debt-free now.
Why did you have the debt?
No. Well, that goes back a couple of months ago, I guess. It was when we were in Bloodhaven. There's this guy that works here at the fair. Got into a real bad accident. The kind of thing that would have made a carnival look very, very bad. And like, I'm not the top guy here, okay? But it's just I'm sort of the senior, right? So I took it upon myself to like ask around for help for someone who could sweep things under the rug, so to speak. The cops in Bloodhaven, they tend to not like Carney. They sort of have a thing against us, you know. Anyway, that's not important. I called the guy. He's a cop from here, GCPD. Anyway, I told you his name anyway, Lance Cox. And he helped do the thing. And then he said that once we come by, I'd have to pay him back. I had like that amount of time to pay him. The GM says that amount of time, but in reality, he's going to tell you how much time. I just need to get my timeline out. He will tell you that this happened in May. So he had 2 months.
2 months.
2 months to get $1,000.
I'm starting to think that this incident and our drug stuff has no correlation with each other.
And
so that's where your missing strongman went to?
Oh, he's in the hospital.
The hospital?
Yeah, he's not dead. No. Okay, look, it's stupid. Technically, there are rules for safety, right? And this cannon might have been a real one, right? And it's a rubber ball, but it might have knocked the guy's brain out of whack or half out of his skull, type of thing. And I mean, I've been spending my whole life with these guys. I don't want us to disband. I don't care if the cannonball dude gets into trouble. Like, I don't really like his face anyway. The point is we're kind of family. We help each other here, right? And so I needed someone of authority to sort of tell the cops that were on the case that no, things were fine. Cox is well, he's not a rookie, and he sort of went and talked to the boys. I mean, I know it's another city and all that, but he seems to, I don't know, have some sort of influence. So, because I asked here, I don't know a lot of people here, but there's this, well, the dude I used to, I did that job for, the who's dead now. Guy I hired. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is Big Cop came in, sort of made the others, look somewhere else, not fuck with us, and then, well, we sort of booked fare here, right? I haven't checked on Aaron. I know he's at Mercy Hospital.
So he just got hit by a cannon rubber ball. Wasn't acting weird at all before then?
None that I know of. Well, I mean, define weird. You're in a carnival.
Yeah, fair.
We're all a little bit weird, but
Got any follow-up questions, partner?
What do you know about your cop friend?
whoa, he's not my friend.
Good. Then you shouldn't feel bad about telling us anything we might be able to use against him.
Yeah, sure. He's a douche, like a proper douche. Like, he is the type of person that, the type of parasite on boardwalks in these like beach towns. Talks a big game, bothers people, muscles his way through whatever to get what he wants. Anyway, he happens to have a badge now, and he's with the, he's with the GCPD. He's I think he made sergeant, something like that. That I saw on his badge. He wanted to push something here. Said that it was part of like what I owed him, but we don't. There are two things we don't do here. Right? We don't traffic anyone, and we don't act as pushers for whoever's in charge wherever we go.
I look at Lexi.
Like, if Cox wanted to, sell narcotics or what have you, we're not really going to bother. Like, it's fine, but we don't do it. Carnies have a reputation, and it's not a very good one. We're not all bad people, and there's still some sort of like, I don't know, basic moral.
Right.
Like, for instance, we don't barge into other people's trailer at night.
But you don't mind taking off valuables while they're touring the fair now, do you? And then I pretend to honk my nose.
Like, it's well known that nobody tips. Right? Have you ever tipped a clown because he like when you were a kid? What did your parents ever tip the clown because he made like a doggy balloon? No. Do you tip the guy at the hot dog stand? No, you just pay the fee to come in, and then that's it. That's all. Oh, guess what? We don't have a whole lot of money. Oh, sometimes, kind of nice to own a TV or a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not condemning
it's not
what you
like-
do. I just don't pretend to be flawless.
Oh
That
no,
is-
no, no, no! We're not flawless.
We're
My
all
guy,
trying to
I
make
robbed a
ends meet.
museum. I mean, come on.
I'm going to get closer, still trying to be in shadow so you can't see my face. I'm going to
Hmm.
hold up the gold watch to him in one hand, but in the other hand, I'm holding just to make sure. I'm
Hmm.
going to hold up one of the empty, gosh, I can't remember what it's called.
Inhalers.
Inhalers. And as he like looks at the gold watch, I'm going to like move it away and put the inhaler in his face and see if there's a reaction. And I'm going to like puff it.
You okay? So you take
An empty
not
inhaler.
one.
Empty. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, not the
empty.
not the
not
rage
the not
inducer.
not the
One of the
not
empty ones
Okay,
on the bed.
okay.
Yeah.
I took it specifically to try this test on people.
He just like when you show him the watch, of course he's interested. He sort of leans forward. He's still sitting on the bed, but like he leans forward, begins to reach out with his arm, and then you switch to the inhaler, and you see the confusion in his face, just what the fuck, and then you
Okay.
and he immediately closes his eyes, like probably thinking you're like pepper spray him, and just what the fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but it's not panic. It's
not like,
mainly
yeah, he doesn't
confusion
know.
and
Yeah, it's like-
irritation.
Yeah. If someone just did that to you, yeah, like I guess, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I look at Lexi. Yeah, he definitely doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I toss him the watch, so it lands.
He
on his
takes
lap.
it and he points again to your inhaler, and he goes, "This is the type of shit that Cox wanted us to start selling around."
Well,
Yeah, that's what I
apparently-
thought.
Well, apparently he might
He
have
didn't
already
give you
started.
any. He didn't give you any samples to start handing out.
No. There, like, I had to almost like put a down, well, not a down payment, but like a promise or what have you to. Anyway, I would have to like sell his entire whatever stock he gave me before the end of the week. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it out of the city. Yada yada yada. Blackmail the shit with the cannon. Thing is, I don't want anything to do with whatever the fuck the cops are doing here. We have our own trouble. So if he wants to sell whatever shit he stole from evidence, that's not my problem.
I believe you.
Like,
I
he
think-
can moonlight as a drug
I-
dealer if he wants to. But
I think with that last statement, I think Lexi's gonna kind of like tilt her head and look at Nick.
Time to leave.
No, like that last thing about the evidence thing.
Which he gives you a nod. Did you have a meetup point with Cox or way to contact him?
I figured he would have just come by my booth and I would just have handed him the money. It's not like, look, up until tonight I had the money. And I figure whoever stole my watch, it was my dad's watch, but whatever. Also, and he points to the exact cabinet that you opened and stole the money from. And he's like, I had there's money I'd stashed away. Like I saved up for this thing. And yeah, I got robbed because you know what? In Gotham City, people will even rob carnies.
Yeah, it's kind of a terrible town.
Like yes, it is.
I look at Lexi. Do we have everything we need? Is it time to get out of here?
Yeah, I think.
Thanks for your help, Willie. Hopefully the payment's worth it. Motion to the watch on his wrist now.
It's on his wrist, yeah.
Yeah. And if you're no friend of Cox, well, hopefully what will happen to him probably won't keep you up at night.
I take it you're also not friends of cops.
I don't like bullies.
Yeah, okay. You're not gonna see us again. But just so you know, next time, I don't know, maybe knock instead of just breaking into people's trailers.
We actually did knock, didn't we?
We did.
You
Oh.
snore loudly. You might want to get that looked at. It's probably fucking
Uh,
your sleep. Are you tired during the day? It's probably the snoring.
I am. Are you saying I should get a CPAP machine?
Have those been invented yet? Yeah, get one.
I don't know if
I don't know. I don't. Maybe I think maybe.
I think
like,
this is
I
the
think-
type of shit that like Wayne Enterprises would custom build
New
like for
CPAP
some.
machine. They wheel it on like a giant dolly with a giant tube that like goes over your entire head.
It's an iron lung.
It's an iron lung. The good old CPAP. Yeah.
But he's going to. There you go.
All right.
And if you want, we would end the night there. But I will tell you of two things that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow morning on the news,
Uh-oh.
you will see that Sergeant Cox did indeed find, during a police
Boo.
operation,
Yeah.
Boo.
the
Gonna get
the
him someday, mortal enemy.
Ernst Klimt
Klimt, I think?
painting.
I think it's Klimt.
Yeah. And brought it back to the Flugelheim Museum, and they're super happy to shake the hand, blah blah blah. And news are going to talk about how Cox used to be like sort of the kind of the young face on like GCPD posters, like the model, whatever. So of course he has a face for TV. So of course they're going to put him on the news or whatever. They don't interview him or whatever, but of course they're going to put a piece out because it helps.
He's gonna take the photos. He's gonna be in the. They're gonna take a photo with him and blah blah. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, what we're going to leave on that cliffhanger is when you get home, Lexi.
Mm-hmm.
There's a letter that's been slid under your door. On it is written, "For Lexi." And it is signed. Well, it's just like it's an envelope, right? So it's just like for Lexi.
Yeah.
Sign Natalia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
God, I hate Cox.
Flip this part.
No, out of context.
Out of context.
Out of context.
He does have a very dickish name.
God. Okay. Yeah. F this guy. Okay. It's becoming clearer what's happening, or how he's involved. He might not.
I will say I'm perfectly happy. Like I know
Yeah.
Nick's been very money oriented, and I do want to talk with you about like that end goal there, given the character backstory. But I'm more than happy to give up an expensive watch because one, I was worried it had sentimental value to the guy, and two, I'm more than happy to give up the watch and to make sure that this avenue of questions and this like potential lead is like fully closed out, and we don't have to worry about missing something. So that's nice.
That's good. Yeah.
Also, how close did we get to just fully welcoming Arlo back into like a shitstorm where we broke into
Arlo,
a
we're
secret
wanted.
tunnel?
You're wanted by association against.
Yeah, the Falcones are looking for you.
It's yep.
Because we were seen at the park with Arlo talking about something, which also means Freddy would be equally fucked.
Yeah, Freddy's probably going to be able to,
I don't
slip away from that problem.
I don't know. Maybe Fred. I don't know.
Freddy the Fence.
I don't know. Stuff catches.
He's we'll see. It depends. But
We'll see. I'm
we'll
kind
see.
of glad we didn't go like we hit the nuclear option. Thanks for.
Yeah, we thought we thought about it.
But
should
but yeah, no. Last week when you rolled to like search the trailer, it was a DC 20 to find the. I think you rolled like
coulda
18 or something like
coulda
that.
I rolled
Really?
pretty good.
You could have really
Um,
ruined Willie, just like he's got nothing. No,
Yeah,
no.
so apparently
Oh,
would have gone very
He could have. He
differently
would have
if I
panicked.
did
Although he
find it.
probably would have panicked at that point, though. He probably.
you would have found this trailer empty tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
he would have
yeah.
like skipped town.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, he would have gone. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say what would have
Oh.
happened, but he would not have been here.
He would have been. Yeah,
Gotcha.
either. Yeah, it would have probably put him. Yeah, in a. Now looking
Oh,
back, state of
one of those
panic at
what
the
ifs.
minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
But going back to Nick's thing about before we go into outros, going back to Nick's thing about money, like I'm all for character growth, but also it's technically been like 48 hours since the game started.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's understandable not to, like, if you don't want to switch out of this right away, because
I mean, it's
a
also
lifetime
the fact
of
that,
habit.
like it could be also that Nick's feeling good because he has money.
Yeah, I haven't lost a bet yet.
You
But
have
I
a
think
you,
it's gonna suck.
you have job money and you have car money
Right. I have my life's
and
my, like,
$200 for that guy.
My monetary like ranking has not changed from $5. I have a lot more than $5 now, but the rank at which I exist is still at $5.
Yes.
And also the underlying addictions and stressors and all that.
Well, there's that, because you haven't. I think you have to crit fail, right, to trigger your, or it's after every combat.
It's like after a combat, or
If it's a fail, is it a?
it's not a failure. It's like an
Oh.
unsuccessful social interaction or
Oh.
a combat, I believe.
Oh.
That
okay.
triggers the willpower check for the impulse. And if I can't remember if it's a failure in that, or if I fail and I don't satiate the impulse, then it's an automatic 3 failures for the next rolls I have, which is harsh.
It's a rough time,
Yeah.
but it's a cool thing though.
Though at the same time, it's like, guys, I have my next 3 failures are automatic fails. Don't you worry, I'll go in there and negotiate with Falcone. I got this.
By the way, for all of the things that you've unearthed about this, I was going to say conspiracy, but it's not really a conspiracy. But for all the progress you've made, yeah, you guys are going to gain a level.
Oh shit! Sweet.
So
Nice.
we'll do that. We can do that off camera, but because you've hit level 3, so what happens at level 3? You get 2 more CPs, because you get 2 CPs all the time, and then you'll get a bunch of new things.
Yay.
I should really think about putting stuff in investigation or stealth, looking to what we've done so far. Because I think,
Well, that's
yeah.
gonna be a thing. I realized it didn't happen because it was back when we were, in character creation. But while you can improve your ways at every level, so long as you have the CP to spend, you cannot acquire a new way. Like, you cannot start a new tree unless you are you level to an odd numbered level, so like 3, 5, 7, 9.
But even levels, you can put it in stuff that you already have. You just can't
Yes,
open up
if
new
you-
avenues. Okay.
No, that's it. You can't open up new avenues, but you can level up the ones you have.
Interesting
Okay.
distinction.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it that way. I think it's probably because,
I think just so that you don't stack things
You-
that aren't necessarily part of your kit early on.
well,
maybe.
that's it. And by getting 2 CPs every level, you technically could start level, like a level 1 ability in each tree each time you level up.
Yeah.
And that probably would screw your character over, because you eventually would be like level 10, but
Yeah.
would not have anything useful. So, but we'll talk
Yeah.
about that off camera.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thank you for all of you who are going out in chat. Thank you, players, for being here and trying not to get killed by mob bosses.
Mhm.
I will throw the mic onto you. Tell us who you are, where we can find you. What did you enjoy tonight? We will start with Lexi.
Hey everyone, I'm Lynn. Gremlin art pretty much everywhere on the socials. You can find my art there. And next time you'll see me is actually on Saturday for Sky and Birth of New Gods, where we are on this channel. We're fixing up hells. We fixed up one hell by basically organizing a union with the mountain spirits, and also kicking out some lava spirits. But we're fixing things up in Hells. There are, I think, like 15 more, so we got our work cut out ahead of us. And I think the Lord of this particular Hell is also mad at us. So there we go. And I enjoyed our like detective journey that we've had over here. We are kind of like getting a clear eye of what's happening, and no one knows that we are doing it, so that's good. No one has seen us.
True. And I was gonna say last but not least, there's two of you. So, Nick.
Hey, I'm Sai. Had a lot of fun playing Nick tonight. You can find me also on the Laugh Love Lindy channel tomorrow at 7 p.m. CDT. I'm pretty sure we're currently in daylight savings time. For a game of Good Society, reading between the lines. We're using the play set where you are both a servant and a noble. It's very exciting. There's a lot of complications happening. We're all playing multiple characters. There's a lot of like treachery and secrets, and for some reason I have many secret children that I as a player was not aware of, but apparently that's the case. It's a lot of fun. I have social media, don't usually use it, so I'm not going to really shout it out here. And yes, favorite moment tonight, I mean, honestly, just our slow realization as like we're arguing next to the cliff is like, should we jump off the cliff? We could jump off the cliff right now, it'd be fun. And then realizing, what's the merit of jumping off the cliff? Falling. Do we really want to fall? And we slowly like back ourselves away for the time being. It'll be a useful cliff to jump off later, just not tonight where we're missing Arlo.
I mean,
Arlo,
the moment you
Arlo,
get capes,
yeah.
might be like a cool thing to
Yeah.
jump off a cliff.
It's like,
but
Arlo, you're in with us tight now because there's no place else to cook because you're wanted by the mob here.
oh yeah, we'll have more to discover next week for sure. I am Simon at Wandering DM. You can find me again on Saturday here for Scion. Last week we did not play because I had cat issues, which hopefully, fingers crossed, the last appointment is going to be Thursday. And my kitty's going to be fine. I'm really hoping for it. And then we'll be back here next Tuesday for some more Gotham City Chronicles. So see you next week. Same bad channel, same bad time. Bye-bye.